Welcome to episode 13 of the Great Musical Podcast. I'm your host, Joaquin Pennyworth, a.k.a. Pusha K, and I have a special guest here.
And of course, everybody knows. The streets know who I am. Hey, my name be ringing off in the streets. This is Leo Archibald, also known as Leo the Average.
And we do a podcast by the name of the Leo B. Gyllenhaal, which we will be recording here today on the day that we're also recording this. But today, for the Great Musical Podcast, episode 13, we're going to talk about bars.
Which I got plenty of.
Nah. But I'm going to read some bars off, and you're going to decide, you're going to decode them and tell me what they mean, or tell me your opinions on them.
All right.
First bar is by Takeoff. Now,
I'm expecting something over the head, so I don't expect to understand this.
I'm going to try to say all these without laughing, saying with straight faces. It's very hard
Takeoff
to say.
is super serious.
Yeah,
it's the other Migos that you got to hold in the chuckles.
All right. I just read the first line. All right, here we go.
I feel like this is going to be from that Wax song they just recently released.
Left, right wrist, hockey puck.
Okay.
2 white cups, got me stuck. Okay. Donald Duck, chopped and screwed, but not Scrooge McDuck. Tell me your feelings when you hear this.
As they would say on all the other shows, like, I got to hear the scheme. I got to hear it over the beat because it sounds very terrible. Just written that way.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what he even.
Yeah, I don't understand the correlation between his wrists and hockey pucks and
Scrooge McDuck and Donald Duck chopped and screwed.
Yeah, I think he just got into a pocket where he was rhyming.
I mean, he is one of those. He knows how to do his different flows.
Yeah,
so
the flow probably hard because it's his Takeoff, of course. But
I think he got himself caught into a scheme that he shouldn't have been in.
Like, you could have just erased it, or you could have could hit the backspace on your phone. You didn't have to continue. He's like, dang, like, I gotta record this song in 10 minutes, so I can't really think about it. So Scrooge McDuck, Daffy Duck, hockey puck.
Yeah.
All right, ready.
All right. So that was Takeoff. Next bar is by Tyga.
Who just already getting off subject, but I watched the new season of Scream with him. Spoiler alert, he is one of the killers.
Not Tyga. All right, let's see. Speaking of Tyga being a killer, let's see if he killed these bars. That was fire in itself. But Tyga says, let me make sure my voice is completely correct. I done came back with hits. Fresher than the pillow with the effing mint. What's your opinion on that?
That's a fresh pillow. Like, you got to really have stayed in them type of hotels where you get in, you look on the pillow, it's all nice and fluffed out and with the nice mint on it. So I get that an A+.
All right. Well, if you give that Tyga bar A+, do you give this Tyga bar A+? Okay. In the booth, I go caboose if the track fire. I end that flatline, rotate girls like spare tires.
Okay.
I'm going to run that back for
you.
Yeah,
please, because the first line kind of threw me off, so I didn't really hear the rest of it.
In the booth, I go caboose if the
track
fire.
Can right there? What does that mean? Can somebody explain to me what that means? So caboose is at the end of the train, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I believe so. So he says
he going
in the booth, go caboose if the track fire.
So the way I take it as something a little nasty is going on. But all right.
So in the booth he goes caboose if the track fire.
So
I end that flatline, rotate girls like a spare tire. See, I'm giving him a little too much flow on it. I need to say it how he probably said it.
Because he probably threw a in there, of course.
Because he thought it was fire.
I can picture him repping it too. And the booth goes
over a DJ Mustard beat.
Yeah, he bouncing. Nah, that flows. That bar is terrible.
Oh man.
Then what makes the bars even worse is when you can't even quite comprehend the first couple because you constantly throw whack stuff after it so quickly. Yeah, Tyga, that wasn't it, Playboy.
All right. Well, Next up, we got Soulja Boy.
Oh, Lord.
And let me make sure, because there's a lot.
He's a changed man since coming out of jail.
I got a lot of words here, so. He said, all my N-words, we swerving in phantoms.
Okay.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, I'm already hearing real life bars right now.
All my N-words, we swerving in phantoms. My diamonds dancing just like Tony Montana.
Excuse me? All right, if I'm not mistaken, Tony Montana is
Is he known
Scarface?
for dancing? Yes, Tony Montana is Scarface.
And I've seen Scarface, and I don't really recall too many dance scenes in that movie. But okay.
All right, but since we're with Soulja Boy, I'm gonna dance like Tony Montana.
That's crazy. That just doesn't make sense.
Let's go to another Soulja Boy line. He says, chop a clip, look like a pool stick. Rich N-words, stay on that ignorant-ish. Mm-hmm. Scrape the pot with the 4. Whip the cocaine
4?
just like egg yolk. Put the game in a finger fold. Pull up on your block, spray with the Draco. Mm-hmm. Still on your block with a new AK. Mm-hmm. Hit the pot with my elbow like Johnny Cage. Riding around town in the brand new Wraith. Smoking gelato. I'm higher than space.
Hey, I was with him because he was talking that street talk for the first few bars, but then like that's just unrealistically high.
But he hit the pot with his elbow like Johnny Cage.
What's the problem?
I did not know Johnny Cage was hitting pots with his bows.
Basically John Jones.
Dang, he whipped the cocaine just like an egg yolk.
And I really believed him when he said the AK stick or whatever, as long as a pull stick or whatever. Like, yeah, that is Mr. I shot that dude. Bang, bang. When them robbers came and ran up in his brib.
All right, so we're going to end this one off with some Romeo bars.
All right, this is fire.
And we're familiar with some of these bars.
I can't wait. I hope it's what I think it is.
Bars like, girl, you so famous, something like Kirstie Alley. I'm not done. Here's another one. Megan Fox, I can transform you. Girl, I'm cold. I could give you pneumonia. Not done. This same song.
You forced that.
I need a Candace Parker to call me trophy.
What?
Wait, no. That's my fault. Hey, man, it's still what? I need a Candace Parker to call my trophy.
That's not
a starter of my team. A female Kobe. He needs to pause. Now repeat. I need a Candace Parker to call my trophy. A starter of my team. A female Kobe.
Right,
so he likes the way Kobe looked to the point he needs a female version.
He likes Kobe, likes the way he looks, but he doesn't want to be called, gay or anything. So he wants a female version of Kobe because clearly that's better. And Candace Parker?
Yeah. All right. More Romeo bars. Yeah. Now the kid is back. Yeah. Not Michael Jordan, but I'm coming back.
Excuse me?
Kind of like Pierce. Oh, you got to.
He's a whack.
You got to prep yourself for this scheme. This is a scheme. Just like Chilla Jones or Loaded Lux or Averb.
Back with back.
Here we go. I'm going to start from the top. Okay. Yeah. Now the kid is back. Mm-hmm. Not Michael Jordan, but I'm coming back. Mm-hmm. Kind of like Pearson Boston. The truth is back. Now the diesel on my team, and his name ain't Shaq. Yeah. Let's get it cracking. Okay. Like Jason Kidd, I makes it happen. You like that scheme?
That is whack. Oh, my gosh. You should have just kept with the backs instead of ruining it with Shaq. And then makes it happen.
But what is that's just
like
for
Jason Kidd.
Now the diesel on my team? What is that? Just saying stuff.
He had to rhyme Shaq. So he was like,
yeah, let's get it cracking. Like Jason Kidd, I makes it happen.
That makes no sense. You gotta really look into okay, he's a point guard, he makes, so he makes it happen. Okay, no, Romeo, go back to rhyming. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, off that whatever Little Romeo album, which was fire.
Brown cover, my computer doing?
Bedazzled bandana.
Hold on, my computer's acting.
Hold up. Hey, rest in peace to my homie Nate Dogg. We don't play.
All right, the final bar, and it's still by Romeo. It goes a little something like this. Wave bye to them haters.
Bye.
What they gonna do?
Nothing.
I'ma go ape like Dragon Ball, Goku, salute. Colonel of this no limit army. And Lil Peanut is the leader of the Rugrats. Say it with me.
Nice.
Tommy.
Nah, I ain't taking part of this shenanigans.
So what do you think of that bar?
I didn't like the Rugrats bar. I didn't like him ending his bar off with salute. I don't know who he's making these raps for, because if it ain't for people who actually like watch Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z and know that Goku was a quote unquote ape at one point.
Yeah.
So I was not feeling that at all. Right now, Tiger got the best bar with the mint on the pillow.
Okay, mint on the pillow. Who was out of all these? I read Takeoff, I read Tiger, I read Soulja Boy, Romeo. Who was the worst?
It might have to be Tiger as well, because even though Takeoff was saying some wild stuff, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt that it probably sounded hard.
Yeah.
But Tiger, he said something about flatline and you're dead and keep it spinning like a spare tire. Don't even get me started what he said before that. And Soulja Boy was rapping his real life, so you gotta respect that. He was talking about all the guns and all the drugs he be cooking up, which he actually does. And then I already forgot who the last one. Romeo. He's just a lost cause. So there's just only so much you can do. He outed himself, so I can't say him.
Female Kobe.
That'll be a hate crime.
Well, we'll definitely have to do part 2 to this episode one day, which is gonna be in a couple minutes. Just testing the waters, but that's enough for today. Check out the Leo B. Gyllenhaal podcast on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Spotify. Woo! When I wrote this, I wrote down Share the Door podcast. That should tell you how long ago I wrote this episode down. But Fancastical on Instagram, great musical and everything else. See y'all later, I guess is how I'm going to end this episode.
Later. Nah, y'all not ready. Y'all not.
Joaquin Pennyworth, a.k.a. Pusha K, and I'm back with another episode of the Great Musical Podcast. I like what I was doing on the last episode, so I'm going to do it again. Once again, I'm joined by a special guest.
It's Leo Archibald here, also known as Leo the Average, and some people like to call me Leance the Rapper, so...
More like Leance Bass. All right,
we'll be wrong if we call it Lance Bass.
All right, let's get straight into the bars. Oh,
got ID.
This is another bad bars episode. If y'all didn't understand,
then edit that bar I just said out because that was fire.
That's the. I have one bar real quick by Diddy. He simply states.
Who wrote it though?
I hope not Royce. He simply states, "Got the most paper, Mr. New York Times." I ain't like that bar at all, which is why I wrote that down. I picked that out of a full song.
Oh yeah, he wrote that himself.
Yeah,
that is no leftovers from rhyme papers, notebook paper that Biggie left behind.
Yeah. All right. Now you're gonna have to brace yourself. You may have to get a calculator out, get your phone, get a notebook, because next we got Gutta.
Where's he been? Is he alive?
I need you to tell me what this means.
I'm googling Gutta if he's alive.
Type these bars in too. Right. Pistol in my jeans. Don't make me pointing at your big head. Most of you ends are B-made. My guns look like in 5th grade.
Huh?
What does that mean?
My guns look like this.
I'll read it again. Pistol in my jeans. Don't make me pointing at your big head.
Okay.
Most of you ends are B-made. My guns look like the 5th grade.
5th grade, elementary school.
Are you 9 in the 5th grade? Because if you're 9 in the 5th grade, Gutta getting.
Okay, so in 9th I was about 14. So then I was about
You go
11 and 6th. So I mean, I guess you could have
been in
been.
kindergarten, you 5, and then 5 years later, so you probably 9 or 10 maybe.
Yeah, you're right.
But I'm gonna go with 10.
Yeah, so your bar is trash.
It makes no sense.
Woo, you almost tried to get us.
All right, I may mess around. I had to do a whole Offset section because looking up his, he had so many options.
Yeah, he had dropped a full album of nonsense.
Here's the first one, and this is hard to read because this paper got wet. All right, but he says, first dude trapping out the bando, you faking. Karate chop the brick, cut it up. Oh my god, I can't mess up this bar. I don't want to step on it. First dude trapping out the bando, you faking. Karate chop the brick, cut it up. Ninja Gayden.
What? Do I have to look up what Ninja Gayden means? I'm at a loss for words. I have no clue what that means.
Yeah, I thought that one was very humorous.
Sorry to interrupt, but
gutta alive.
Yeah, but there was a lot of articles when you type in "is gutta dead." I just want to let you know his Twitter account or his Twitter name is Lord Gutta. So.
Okay, because he's Lord Gutta.
For those who didn't know.
Now cutting it up, Ninja Gayden. What is?
Okay, so it got the word ninja in it. Ninjas like to throw them wahas. So maybe they mess around and be cutting bricks.
Yeah, I mean, he karate chopped the brick and then he cut it up, Ninja Gayden.
Maybe that's a terminology in drugs or karate that I know nothing about, but I'm lost.
But here's another one. It's from the same song. Kicking my feet up. What is this? Kicking my feet up. The J wanna eat up. Your girl addicted to this dip. Like a needle.
What? Yeah, okay. Clearly he be getting away with murder in the booth.
What does that mean?
Girl addicted to my dip like a needle. Okay, needles dip into skin, I guess. That's not really the terminology I would say about let me dip that needle into you.
Yeah, I don't get that.
So maybe he's just really like maybe he's more Lupe Fiasco than we thought. Like, he just be saying stuff that you really don't comprehend, but you like, that's hard.
Yeah. I mean, tell me about this one. Also Offset. Girls be dipping and dabbing with dudes like a nacho. Took off her panties, diamonds dancing like Rick Ricardo. Now, we know the dancing like Rick Ricardo line, but the setup, he said girls be dipping and dabbing with dudes like a nacho.
Yeah, dipping and dabbing.
I don't dip and dab my nachos.
I guess
I dip. Well, it depends on what kind of nachos. Some people get their nachos with the stuff already on
you
it.
Scoop your nacho up with the stuff on it.
Then you dip and dab it.
You dip it, get all the stuff that was on the nacho off, and it's into your sauce now. Then you got to dab it on your napkin because you just want the plain chip. And then you eat it.
So last episode we heard Soulja Boy tell us his diamonds was dancing like Tony Montana.
Yeah.
Now his diamonds are dancing like Rick Ricardo. I don't know who I know who Ricky Ricardo is, and he was on I Love Lucy, and I didn't know him for Mr. Boogeyman.
Yeah, every time he threatened Lucy, he started boogieing.
But yeah, Rick Ricardo is very infamous with the Migos.
They love him. They're probably big I Love Lucy fans.
They gotta be. But we're gonna stick with the Migos. We're gonna go over to some Quavo. Trigger finger itching. R.I.P. to Pistol Pete. Is he really dead? I guess he gotta be. So trigger finger itching. R.I.P. to Pistol Pete.
Are we talking about like Pete Maravich?
That's what I'm thinking. R.I.P. to Pistol Pete.
Oh, he died a long time ago.
Okay, so Quavo showing his respects.
He died in 1988.
Jeez.
Yikes. I told my white friend at the gym, I was like, I bet your favorite player is Pete Maravich. He was like, why? Because I'm white? I was like, yeah, and he do tricks.
Pistol Pete. Trigger figure itching. R.I.P. to Pistol Pete. She hit the line. London Fletcher. Fishbowl wrist swimming on the fish. Catch a Babe Ruth. The bat. I battled the bat. Wait, I batted the bat. Two girls attached. Call them Siamese cat. Hold on, I gotta go back up. He was blowing. He was feeling himself. Trigger figure itching. R.I.P. to Pistol Pete. Mm-hmm. She hit that line. London Fletcher. Fishbowl. Wrist swimming on the fish. Catch a Babe Ruth. The bat. I batted the bat. Two girls attached. Call them Siamese cats.
Yeah, once he said that London Fletcher line, I knew he was out of here.
Hit the line, London Fletcher, fishbowl, water swimming on the fish. Catch a Babe Ruth, the bat. I batted the bat. 2 girls attached, called them Siamese cats.
Yeah, I thought you were about to say I battled the bat. Then I was about to be like, whoa.
No, he batted.
I don't know how you bat a bat.
He bat a bat.
But he was in his pocket, so he was going.
Man.
He was taking off.
That's
a Migos punchline, but whatever.
I'm gonna give one final one. Let me see. Oh, okay. This one comes from the Body Headbangers, specifically Roy Jones Jr. He says, "Let me get this. Come correct with this Roy Jones bar. Hit you with 2 shots, body head. I'm a banger. Street ballers, they off the hook with no hanger."
Yeah, bro, you got hit upside the head a little too many times. That stuff was probably acceptable back then.
Yep, he said, "Hit you with 2 shots, body head. I'm a banger.
That's whack.
Street ballers, they off the hook with no hanger."
That's whack.
Yeah.
Body head. Because he hit him with the body head.
Yeah, and so that's gonna be the last one.
Trash.
Again, we'll definitely have to do a part 3 because the bad bars do not stop there.
So Quavo won that.
Yeah,
that's
so
clear as day.
He did the worst.
He was batting bats.
He was batting bats.
The water was swimming on the fish.
The fish was swimming on the fish. 2 girls attached. They Siamese cats.
Yeah, well, they're gonna play that bar in the Cats movie.
Yeah. Ooh. With the digital fur technology. Listen to Leo B. Gyllenhaal podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, SoundCloud, all of that.
Yeesh.
Fantastical. What's your stuff?
Oh, you can hit up. Probably should actually look at the SoundCloud page to get the name. But Winnie Arch Company on SoundCloud, or you can follow Winnie.Arch on Instagram to get all the Winnie Arch Company content, which is Leo's average thoughts and before and after reviews on there. That'll take you to the SoundCloud link, or you can hit up Leo's average thoughts for all the same thing. Got reviews for Spider-Man up, got reviews for Late Night. Hopefully Lion King is up by the time this comes out, but you never know, so just hit the page up to follow.
Hopefully it is, because ain't no telling when this is going up.
This should have been up. So I got to make sure my content on the Leo's Average Thoughts ain't really relevant, because I don't know when I'm going to put it up.
That's why this is just bad bars, and we'll see you after the hiatus that I normally always go on. Welcome back to the Great Musical Podcast. It's Joaquin Pennyworth, a.k.a. Pusha K, a.k.a. other names as well. I have my guest here with me.
It's Leo Archibald, also known as Leo the Average, also known as YBN Lee Day. That's for all my young gunners out there.
Yeah. All right, so we back for a 3rd time with this type of topic. We're going to talk about bad bars. Let's get straight to it. Going to open up with some Iggy Azalea.
Why?
She says...
She don't got no bad bars.
Well, tell me what you think about this. I'm the truth. You can't refuse it. Plus, my body's stupid. He wasn't even shot by Cupid, but your dude's a groupie. You would think it's getting evicted. How my booty moving. Yeah, better yet, I need a U-Haul. Is that fire?
Where's the rest of the bar?
That was ended. I looked at it. I counted it out to make sure I wasn't tripping.
That I got to hear in a song.
She spit a 1, 2, 3. That's 4. That was 4 bars. She said, I'm the truth. You can't refuse it. Plus my body's stupid. Okay. He wasn't even shot by Cupid, but your dude's a groupie.
All right, we have a problem there, but
you would think it's getting evicted. How my booty moving. Yeah, better yet, I need a U-Haul. That is 4 bars.
Where's the...
And I wrote everything down, the uns, so the uns was in the spot they were at.
Where the U-Haul at? Where the U-Haul rhyme?
She didn't need one.
I mean, it would be fine if the bar was hard, but the bars was terrible. Until that point,
her booty got evicted the way it was moving.
I don't like
better
that.
Yet, she needed a U-Haul.
I don't like that scheme. Don't continue it, especially if it doesn't rhyme, because it doesn't sound good.
All right, but
no wonder people don't like her. And I definitely didn't listen to that song with her and Cash, dog.
Heck no.
Because I don't listen to Cash Dog.
I don't remember if Cash Doll's the one from Detroit or not.
She is. She had that song with Big Sean recently.
I think she might have had a song with No, I'm tripping. That's a different dog.
Chanel West Coast.
Oof. But on that note, that's something I need to look up. But let's kick it over to the Stunner Man.
Woo!
Birdman.
The godfather of this type of stuff right here.
Now, Birdman isn't much of a puncher, but you have to dissect his metaphors. So
tell me the star.
So tell me your opinion on these two bars. This is how he opens up the verse. Like this first thing is how he opens it up. There's nothing before this.
Okay.
It's Sachi on the robe, all gold, chandelier paper, real never fold. That seems like it's a deep meaning.
That's some rich boy talk.
That's real over my head like a chandelier.
Yeah, you gotta have money in order to understand that type of talk. So that ain't for me.
What I thought was funny about it is, intro is how song come on, the beat comes, and his verse starts. It's Sachi.
Yeah,
he just out the gate. It's Sachi.
Because he was probably walking into the booth having a conversation about all his money, and they thought
like,
it was.
What you got on? It's Sachi on the robe, and then he was like, well, I can build this house, chandelier paper, never fold.
They just like, yo, keep going, Stunner. That's not hard.
All right. So I'm gonna leave that one. Just do one Birdman because you can do full episodes.
So you should do like a Birdman bar for every episode because he the king.
Do a Birdman special, but we're gonna go over and get into some weird bars by Blueface,
who is the greatest rapper of his generation.
Yeah, best lyricist. N-words love popping that hot S-word till I pull up hopping out hot S-word. Leave a N-word topless like Uncle Phillip. I pull up. Screw an N-word whole block over with this fill up. What does that mean?
He said screw, as in you gonna.
Why is he leaving dudes topless?
Because he like what he like Uncle Phillip.
What does that mean? Oh, is Uncle Phil leaving dudes topless too?
Well, there was a rumor that he was gay.
I don't know if it was just a rumor. Yeah. I think N-words love popping that hot S-word till I pull up hopping out hot S-word. Leave a N-word topless. Like Uncle Phillip, I pull up. Screw a N-word whole block over with this fill up.
The Phillip screwdriver.
But I looked at the lyrics and it was spelled F-I-L-L space U-P. I don't think he knew.
He don't know how he was doing. He didn't know what he said was hard.
He didn't know he was saying Phillips screwdriver. I screw your whole block over. And why is he saying like this scheme could have been much better if he didn't put different. Why is he saying screw your whole block over? You ain't got to put the over
West
in there.
Coast crippin' bars.
But he got to tell me what leave an N-word topless means, like Uncle Phillip.
He gonna leave him topless. Going to remove his shirt and his chains. Hey, that's his now. That's Blueface's.
Oh man, let's talk about some Nav.
Who, the brown boy?
Yeah.
I don't feel comfortable calling him that.
Yeah. He says, "I'm gonna keep on winning. You should place your bets on me.
Okay.
I can open up a bakery. Baguettes on me." No.
Hey, I thought he was gonna say all this dough on me, but
that's the easy way out. Nav is a lyricist. He got the baguettes on me.
Yeah, I gotta give Nav more credit than that. He wrote songs for Beyonce.
Yeah, but I don't be wanting to hear them type of bars. There's also this other song with Nav on it that I think is a Belly song, and he says, "Drippin', drippin' on him, super soaker. Ooh, I'm light now, supernova." That's another example of a bar I'm just not in the mood to hear. Because if you're going to be whack, I need you to be for real whack. Don't just be like...
Yeah, like, put some effort in your whackness.
Yeah, the dude's just doing something. That's the easy... It just comes... Dripping, super soaker. Light, supernova. Like, now, he was trying to get a little supernova... Using words like supernova.
Yeah, like, nah, Playboy. That was terrible. But I did hear something. I heard that you wanted to give Belly a belly rub. Is that true?
Anyways... I didn't do. We're gonna keep this episode short because of that comment. Who was your MVP for this episode?
I mean, you got to give it to Bird, man. Like, he the GOAT. He always gonna take the crown.
Yeah.
Like when he talking that, because he's talking that talk. Ain't none of y'all little kids, none of y'all broke boys know anything about.
Nope.
So don't say nothing about a young stunner if you ain't got money.
I didn't do tons of research for this episode, so we will do another edition of this podcast. Maybe some more Lil Romeo, because that last episode.
Once we find that one freestyle video that he scraped from the internet.
Yeah, he was like, I can get rid of this. Everybody making fun of me. Just like that one videos where if you out there, dude, that was making them videos with all them whack bars, you need to re-upload your stuff, because it is not to be found. I don't want to look up the other ones where people commentate it.
Yeah, I don't want to have to save titles. Save titles and usernames and whatnot.
And I still have all them episodes I'm making the band season 2 through 3 still saved. I can't find one, but
especially with
watch that. Maybe I'll do that on this podcast. We watch it and commentate on it, like we did.
The band coming back.
Yeah. All right, but listen to the Leo B. Gyllenhaal podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. Fancastical on Instagram. The Great Musical on everything else. What you got?
You can follow Winnie.Arch on Instagram. That's the Winnie Arch Company. That's the brand for Leo's Average Thoughts, which is the podcast where I just talk about whatever's on the brain. I feel like it's been sports lately. And then also give my reviews for movies on before and after reviews. Give you my thoughts before I see the flick, then after I see the flick, and you can see how it correlates. But that's all on Winnie.Arch Company or Winnie.Arch on Instagram and Leo's Average Thoughts on Instagram.
All right. Peace out like 2 fingers leaving.